Welcome back. Today I'm going to be talking about RÓEN Beauty. So I love RÓEN Beauty, and they recently just had a sale for Halloween. It was 31% off. A couple of things during the sale, and I have been using them here and there. And I really love them. I got this idea to start making videos of brands that I really like when I start to acquire a lot of products from them. Not necessarily going out and trying to buy a full face of products, because that takes a lot of coin, you know, a lot of coin that I don't have. I'm not necessarily a reviews channel. I'm more so like use what you have and buy makeup that you're actually going to use. And so that's what I'm doing. So when I acquire a lot of products from a single brand, I will make one of these videos. So they'll be kind of few and far between, but when they arise, you'll know that I really like the brand, or I have a lot of opinions on the brand. So today is all about RÓEN Beauty. This is, I believe, an LA-based makeup brand. It's very one and done. It's clean. I used mostly RÓEN Beauty today. So my base today is Kosas Revealer Concealer, Rose Ink Skin Tint, you know, the one with the bubbles, Nude Sticks Bondi Bay Bronzer. So that is my base. If RÓEN Beauty is something that interests you, then please keep watching. I hope you enjoy. And I'm going to be making this look that I'm wearing currently on my face. Okay, all right, let's get into it. Not really sure what's happening with the situation on my neck, but you know. So I think this setup is pretty dope. I just kind of switched positions in my bedroom. So I tried to shoot this video yesterday, and it was just like a fucking shit show. I was on the floor in front of my bookshelf. It was so dark out, it was storming. I was rushed, so everything I was saying was really like rushed and jumbled and didn't make any sense, so I'm starting again. So unfortunately this video isn't going to include any first impressions. I'm just going to make a better look, because the look yesterday it didn't really go together. I just like busted. It was just a bad video, so we're just doing it again. But instead of part old favorites and part first impressions, I'm just gonna talk about my opinions on the brand. So first I want to start with my favorite products from the brand, which are their cream eyeshadow quads. I have the Cool 52 palette, I have the Mood Forever, and I have the 75 Degree palette. So the first palette is the RÓEN 75 Degree Warm palette. This palette is super beautiful. It has a variety of different textures and colors. It does lean a bronzy gold type of color story. So if you're not really into that, or if it kind of clashes with your skin tone, then this one may not be for you. Regardless, you can make a very beautiful, complex look with this. My favorite shades are the topper here, which is a lot like the single eyeshadow Disco Eye, and this kind of taupey leaning gold here. When it's on the eye, it's super opaque. It's the most pigmented eyeshadow I think that RÓEN has. I believe that this is their most pigmented eyeshadow quad. The next one is my favorite, and this is the Mood Forever. Mood Forever has also a warm color story, but it is kind of this, I don't want to say it's pinky, but it is pinky. It's kind of hard to explain. The Mood Forever and the 1111 palette are super similar, as they have this warm pink color story, but I do feel that the Mood Forever has more nuance to it than the 1111. But that's just my opinion. This one is my favorite. It also has my favorite RÓEN shadow in it, which is this kind of taupey, this very stunning pink champagne. This iridescent white pink doesn't get as much love for me, because I do find that it creases a little bit more than the rest of the shadows. And this coppery pink doesn't get as much love from me either, because I feel like it makes my eyes look a little too green. Not that that's a bad thing, but sometimes that's not really the look that I'm going for. The 52 Degree Cool Palette. This is a very beautiful color story. This purple is out of this world. This gunmetal is out of this world. This taupe is my second favorite shadow. And this pink is also very stunning. This color story is also a favorite of mine. I think you can get a variety of looks. There's a variety of textures in this as well. And this is currently in my November Everyday makeup bag, and I have been using it and loving it. And yeah, I think that this is quite the beautiful palette. Based on the other makeup that I have from Roen, I am going to go in with the Mood Forever just to kind of keep the makeup look more cohesive and the color story, you know, making sense. So I'm going to go in with my favorite shade here, this taupey shade, which I believe it might be called Toasty or maybe Impressions. I'm not sure. Anyways, it's this one next to the very warm copper shade. And these types of shadows, they're emollient, but you need to warm them up with the heat and oils from your fingers. And this will create this very beautiful, wet looking, just stunning, stunning glittery look. And they're mature glitter, you know. They're not going to be like chunky crazy. It's going to be very scattered, very that ethereal wet look that I'm always trying to achieve with my makeup look. And the mirrors in these palettes are so nice too. So I'm just taking this like all over my lid, up into the brow bone. And you could just keep this as a one and done like this, but then I'm going to take the pink shade up here and run that on to just the lid. And you can see the slight difference that that makes, but it's equally as wet, equally just so pretty. I love this palette so much. So the 75 Degree and the 52 Degree are the original two formulas before the founder of RÓEN Beauty left the brand. Nikki is no longer with the brand Roen, unfortunately, so the eyeshadow formulas have changed slightly. This is one of the newer ones, so this is not an original formula, but it's equally as good in my opinion. But the other two, there's a little extra like grit to them that I really, really appreciate, and they're really good for these really dramatic, kind of like slicked on makeup looks. More smudged out, effortless look, and I don't have to think about it as much. Not that I have to think about the other ones super hard when creating looks, but there's something a little more seamless about this formula and this color story. So now that I have that done, we can move on to the other products. So the next products I want to talk about are also eyeshadows, and these are the Disco Eyes. So this one here is Summer Disco. This is a peachy based cream eyeshadow with different colored glitters dispersed throughout it. It's a very easy one and done. It's very, very lovely. This one is the original Disco Eye. So this one is this very beautiful champagne color. There's no base pigment the way the Summer Disco has, but it has this emollient that kind of builds together these different shaped particles of glitter that are it's very big and flaky. I'm going to use it here in a minute so you'll see, but them together just create this really beautiful, elegant looking glittery eye. It's very elevated, very I don't want to say grungy, but it's kind of like that super glam glittery eye alternative. That these are perfect one and dones, they're perfect toppers, they elevate any look. The shade, there's a cream eyeshadow shade in the 75 Degree that actually is a more pigmented, more brown based version of the Summer Disco. So if you're kind of budgeting money and you already have the 75 Degree or if you already have these two, then if you have these two, I don't really think that you need the 75 degree. I think you can get a pretty similar look if the warm kind of glittery tones are what you're looking for. Swatch here of the Summer Disco and the different colored glitters in there. It's very, very pretty. I'm gonna be taking the regular Disco Eye onto my lids just to give this a little bit more of like a va-va-voom, like dramatic effect. So these are not as emollient as the quads. So these ones you really have to dig your hand in to pick up the different particle glitters. Not sure if you can see on camera, but this may look like one like swipe of satiny, sheeny, metallic product, but these are actually different particles of glitter, like different sized particles of glitter. And all you have to do is just start tapping onto your eye, and these particles will just start dispersing in the most chaotic, fun way. And I mean chaotic in a very positive way. It's, you know, can never get the like same look twice, and it's very disco. Roen eyeshadows do crease, but in a beautiful way. You don't mind looking in your mirror and like tapping out your crease, or if that's kind of like a lived-in grungy look that you're into, then the Roen eye quads are so up your alley, because I personally like that. But I do find that when I use the Disco Eye, that it kind of sets it in a way, and it doesn't really crease as much. Yeah, that's so pretty. Let's zoom in. Yeah, as you can see, the different sized glitter particles here. Love it. All right, I went ahead and did my lashes with the Future Lash by Victoria Beckham Beauty, as I am trying to use her up before she will very soon expire. So Roen has their own mascara. It's called the Cake Mascara, but I didn't purchase it because it just didn't seem like something that I would like for my own personal eyelashes. I feel like mascara is one of those products that are very personal to anybody that uses it. Not everybody's gonna like the same mascara because no two people have the same type of eyelashes. Personal preference is a tubing mascara, and the Cake Mascara is very much not that. So prefer a wand that is thin and curved so I can really brush the product through my very thick eyelashes. And with the type of formula it is and the type of wand that it has, I know that I would never really reach for it, so I wasn't going to spend my money on something that I wouldn't really reach for. I also did not get the highlighters because there's only two shades. One is kind of a bronzy color like my nails, designed for much deeper skin tones than mine. The shade is this kind of clear, glossy looking thing, which I do like, but I don't like it when it kind of looked like it had like that blue iridescence to it that I'm really not into. Something that kind of looks like that is the Westman Atelier Lit Up Stick, the lightest shade. It has that kind of blue reflectiveness to it that I don't really get it. So I didn't buy it because I knew that I would never use it. What I did buy, however, is their cream blush in the shade Natural Rose. There's 4 shades. This one seemed the most up my alley. It's kind of this dusty rose, kind of mauve leaning, maybe? I don't know. I feel like I'm mauve blind. I can never tell if something's mauve. I used this the other day and I loved it. It is a very sheer but buildable formula. This is something you want to use with a brush. If you use this with a sponge, you're not going to get any payoff because it is so emollient. So if that's not something you're into, you won't really like these, but they're very approachable, very easy to use. Like, I don't even feel like I have to look in a mirror when I'm using them. No blush. And yeah, I think that's a very beautiful color and it suits the eyeshadow look perfectly. So yesterday when I did my first impressions, I used everything that I had just got in the mail and kind of did like an actual reaction to these products that I had never tried before, and I ended up with this like crazy, very gold leaning, warm toned eye by using the 75 degree palette, and then this in combination with the lip product that I got. It was like kind of neutral, cool leaning nude shades with this very warm eye look, and it clashed, and it just was not the look that I want to show the public. So this, however, is working very well. This is something that I feel like I can just build and build and build. This is also something that if you didn't want to use a highlighter, you wouldn't have to. The Charlotte Tilbury Hollywood Flawless Filter underneath this as my highlighter, and it is giving it a little extra, but I do recall yesterday when I was not wearing a highlighter that it did have a very similar glow. So it's a very glowy emollient blush, and if that's not your shtick, then these might not be for you. But if you like a very easy blush, it's very user-friendly. Just like the eyeshadows, it's just like a boop boop, and it blends out in seconds. Really big fan of this. I was actually worried because nobody really talks about it too much. There is kind of this niche RÓEN fan base here on YouTube. So yeah, they're not really part of like the super big like mainstream of the cream blush loving world, but I do feel like I have joined the fandom. But yes, I really enjoy these. Next product is an old favorite of mine. I use this all the time in the summer, and this is the Tinted Lip Oil Balm. Very long, confusing name. As you see, my my little thing is a little jacked because this is a very emollient product. This is no joke. I'm gonna put some on right now, just a little bit to show you the color. But this is very nourishing. It's very warm leaning, but this is not something you want to like carry around in your pocket as like your lip product or even like a lip treatment if you have like more dry lips. Even though it is really great for really dry lips, this will melt. This is very emollient. The solid is not so solid. As you can see the shine here, it will mush, and it was a little more mushy than I anticipated from being in my pocket one day in this summer, and it just like mushed onto my lip and almost broke. Just so you know, I have this in the shade Alba. It is very beautiful, very moisturizing. I think this comes in 2 other shades, I'm not sure. It's very pricey. The packaging feels very luxe, but is it worth it if this type of lip is your jam? Then yeah, I would say that it is worth the money. If you're not into like a slippy kind of, I guess it is what the name is, the oil balm. It's a tinted lip balm, but it's very slick and oily. And I feel now that I own this, that it is the solid version of this, but I feel like I prefer this. I'm saying this a lot. I prefer this over this, mainly because of how you apply it. I feel like for the formula, it's a lot more user-friendly, a lot more seamless. Anyways, this is wonderful, don't get me wrong, but now I'm gonna use this, and it's just, oh, I'm just gonna pat this off with my Diva Curl towel. I feel like everybody has makeup towels that are just these haggard old things. The Diva Curl towel didn't really work for my hair type, so I just use it as my my makeup towel when I'm filming. So this product that I'm hyping up is the Liquid Lip Balm, and this is in the shade Lola. So this is a non-sticky lip gloss with all of the nourishment of a lip balm. This is in a very beautiful, like My Lips But Better nude shade. Oh my god. And this also applies a little thinner than the oil balm. Let me just... It just fills out, it fills in all the lines on your lips. It makes them, you know, like, you ever put on a lip product and you're immediately like, you know? This has a slight mintiness to it, but not to the point where you're like, huh, or like it's like way too minty. You know what I mean? I'm not really a fan of that. Yeah, that's that. I think this is one of my new favorite lip products. I had been hearing about it for a long time, and when RÓEN had their sale, I was like, I gotta pick that up. I just gotta pick it up. And I didn't think I would actually love it as much as I do, but every time I wear it, which is now like 3 times, I've just been like, so thank you so much for watching. That is my overview of all of the products that I own by the brand RÓEN. I'm a really big fan of this brand. I think that they make really elegant, luxurious formulas. The packaging is really nice. There's just like this aesthetic that their products provide that I think is just absolutely stunning. It's super approachable, super easy to use, and I think it's just for anybody. Anybody can use these products and feel really beautiful. So anyways, thanks so much for watching. Everything that I used today will be listed down below. Feel free to like, comment, subscribe, follow me on Instagram or TikTok, whatever the heck you're doing these days with social media, because I never know. I hope you have a wonderful day, and bye!